Creating new markets through service innovation. Over the last several decades, the global economy's made a shift from a goods-based economy to a services-based economy. And companies have responded to this by making incremental improvements to their services, but few have really succeeded in creating service innovations that have generated new markets or even reshaped existing ones. However, Enterprise Rental Car was an exception. While other rental car companies targeted travelers at the airport, Enterprise instead focused on local customers who needed temporary replacement vehicles. Their strategy focused on where people lived and worked and encouraged company to develop innovations such as "we'll pick you up." In effect, Enterprise created a new market for the rental car industry. Service innovation differs from product innovation in a couple different ways. First, it's labor-intensive. Interactive services and the actual providers, the delivery staff, are part of the customer experience and thus part of the innovation. Second, services require the physical presence of the customer. Customers are only going to drive so far to enjoy your service, no matter how great your innovation is. And third, service investors usually don't have a tangible product to carry. Service innovations that create new markets differ from each other along two primary dimensions: the type of benefit offered and the degree of service. The first dimension, business can innovate by offering an important new core benefit or new delivery benefit that revolutionizes customer access. The second dimension concerns whether the service must be produced and consumed simultaneously. Combining the two dimensions, it creates a 2x2 matrix that can help the managers and leaders see where their companies fit and how they can innovate their services. Each cell in the matrix offers a way to imagine a particular approach to market creating service innovation. It's useful for managers and market leaders to identify the cell in which they are targeting innovation and understand its leverage and dynamics and how a failure to do so can result in lost growth and opportunities. Cell 1 is flexible solutions. This cell describes service innovations that offer a new core benefit and that can be consumed apart from where and when they are produced. The best example of this is an early pioneer was FedEx. Here, the FedEx created a new market by the rapid, reliable delivery of time-sensitive materials. They combined speed and reliability and made it a deadline beater and productivity booster for many businesses. Cell 2 is controllable convenience. Innovations that create markets on the basis of new delivery benefits offer controllable convenience. As with flexible solutions, customers can enjoy the service benefits in this cell at any time or any place. The best example of this is Google. Google didn't make up the information superhighway, but they made it easier for everybody to access information and be the go-to for searches and make everything convenient for users. Cell 3 is comfortable gains. This cell refers to service innovations that offer a new core benefit consumed at the time and place of production. These innovations provide comfortable gains, substantially new experiences with direct benefits to customers' emotional or physical comfort. Starbucks is a great example here. People can't remember a time, at least I can't, when there wasn't a Starbucks at every corner, and that was sort of the go-to place for coffee, and that's how they created their own service innovation. Cell 4 is respectful access. In this cell, service innovators offer a new delivery benefit, and the production and consumption of the service are inseparable. Companies that create new markets in this space are granting their customers respectful access. The great example here is Walgreens. Their slogan is on every corner. They make things convenient. They respect your time. They have ample parking. Their whole thing is about getting in and out quick. This is a great example of respectful access. There are 9 drivers behind the market creating service innovations, the first of which is a scalable business model. The path to scalability for a product innovation is pretty straightforward. Service providers can consider a variety of strategies to strengthen their business models. One option is become more capital intensive. Another option is to encourage customers to perform more of the services themselves. And the last alternative is to create a separable version of the service to extend the market while reducing labor intensity. Without this sounding like a Starbucks infomercial, they hit two different bullet points on the market creating innovations. The first is comprehensive customer experience management. Service generally involves many customer touch points or discrete experiences than do manufacturers' goods. These experiences hinge upon experience cues from functional, mechanical, and human. Starbucks, for example, depends on excellent product, which is functional, a pleasing physical environment, which is mechanical, and service-minded employees, which is the human component. They also hit on number 4, which is continuous operational innovation. They sort of revolutionized as far as takeout customers' coffee drinking. They spend a considerable amount of time and effort and money reducing the amount of time it takes for their customers to get to-go coffee, making them a continuous operational innovator as well. Investment in employee performance. Successful service innovators invest in their employees' willingness and capacity to perform at consistently high levels. These investments commonly include careful hiring, initial and ongoing training, and education, informal sharing, performance-based compensation, and internal branding. The fifth and sixth drivers are branding differentiation, and this successful driver is important for market-creating product innovators, but it's even more important for service, because in service, there's no tires to kick prior to purchasing. It's all about trusting the brand and the brand, being different. And an innovative champion is somebody that mobilizes resources, persuader. It's a doer, someone who can imagine the possibilities in an idea and lead the transformation into a market reality. Yellowtail is a great example of a superior customer benefit and affordability. It made wine choosing simpler, cheaper, and the quality was just as good. This is why it's a great example of both the superior customer benefit and affordability. The last is continuous strategic innovation, and the best example of it is Netflix. My kids don't even remember when Netflix used to actually send you a DVD. Now it's all online. That's an idea of continuous strategic innovation where they're continuing to reinvent themselves.